Hello and welcome to Is There Something in This? I am Scott Dooley, he's Jason Chatfield, and this is the podcast where we come... it felt good until then. That was a good intro until then.
Like you've had a night.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
voice.
Yeah. We don't... No, no one needs to talk about that. It's like describing a dream. It's boring for everyone.
Oh, okay, all right.
I did see something, though, which made me think, I should mention this to Chatfield.
Yeah.
Two adorable little girls, like 4 years old, on the street yesterday, and they were kind of faffing around on scooters and something.
Okay.
Both wearing hoodies. One was a pink hoodie, one was a white hoodie. The hoodie, Juicy Couture.
Of course it was.
Come on.
That's great.
Don't do that for your 4-year-old.
That's amazing.
It was gold.
Yeah.
Had the old English writing.
Yeah, it did.
And all I could think of was, and it's not a cartoon, this is not a cartoon or a joke or anything.
Yeah.
But all I could think of is the idea of Juicy Couture getting the papal contract. So the Pope's robes just with Juicy on his ass.
That'd just be fun to draw, I think. Just do that.
It's not really...
Entertain myself.
But I do like the idea of like to put the Pope... It's probably more a Photoshop thing.
Yeah.
Put the Pope in... trend, like an Ed Hardy Pope to me.
Yeah. It's weird because like people do Photoshop the Pope into a lot of things at the moment. Today he came out and they was talking about the fact that the bishops have been the ones that have been covering up these scandals as they've been revealed, and everyone
scandals. No, a series of heinous crimes.
Series of heinous crimes against humanity.
Yeah.
Systematic abuse of children. But yeah, so there'll be like a meme that pops up on Twitter or Instagram or something. Just every time because let's be honest, this isn't the first, and they just get recycled. And it's the Pope in certain situations and the Pope photoshopped onto certain things.
Yeah.
And it's never, it never really gets old. To the point where there's just a foundry of GIFs and memes that people just reuse all the time of the Pope in certain situations.
Like the Pope dunking is just funny. Like just that kind of...
You got Pope.
You know, yeah. Or the Pope doing like a...
Well,
this is skateboard.
This is the most progressive Pope we've ever had. I mean, he said, but we're allowed to have female...
The bar is low.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. It's not that hard to be a progressive Pope in 2018. Well, all you've got to say is stop murdering people for their,
Well, this is the thing. It's like he's the most progressive Pope. He said molestation of children is bad. Wow, what a forward-thinking guy.
Stop the press. Pope Frank. Yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah.
I mean, how conservative do you have to be a conservative Pope? Like where people even by Pope standards, that guy's pretty uptight.
Right.
That guy's uptight for a Pope.
It's like an Alex Jones Pope. It's just he's just got...
conspiracy Pope. I wouldn't mind a conspiracy Pope.
Conspiracy Pope.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a fun Pope?
Yeah. 10 of the 12 disciples were crisis actors.
I love that. Oh, my God. What if Alex Jones did write one of the books? If he
the Book of Alex.
The Book of Alex.
All caps.
Yeah. I mean, that would probably be redacted or,
Yeah, there's all censored parts, names.
Yeah, by Apple. Yes, it's been an interesting
Teen
week.
Vogue Bible would be good.
Teen Vogue Bible.
Where it's like Jason asterisk, names changed. One of those kind of...
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
I thought Jesus was a special guy when I first met him. It wasn't until later. Like they kind of... You know those first person...
Yeah. I had another New York... You always have these lovely little New York moments that you relay to me.
Yeah.
There was there were two that I'll tell you. One, Soph and I were walking towards East Village, where you guys used to live, towards that brunch place on B and 3rd. And
I know the one,
there's an entire, just a cluster of maybe 100 dolled up brunch girls and guys.
A lot of Tiffany's and Joshes in that group.
A lot of Tiffany's and Brittany's and Joshes. And, in the chinos and, really fancied up. And there's this one fat guy.
Gussied up, would you say?
Gussied, I'd say gussied.
Isn't that a great term?
Any excuse to say gussied
up.
Love that. There's this guy who, every weekend he comes out and he has these 3 pugs. And he walks them on a lead. They get a lead each, walks them out. every weekend, he has to bring them down to do a big old poo each. You know where he brings them?
Good.
Right out front of Poco.
That's great.
And he just waits. He just sits there and waits for all three, and they do that weird face and that odd look, and then they just go for it in front of these, because he hates the noise and the people. He's lived there for 35 years.
Potentially unpopular opinion.
Okay, it's a silent protest.
Are you ready? Pugs are fucked. Now, contradict me. Tell me I'm wrong.
Listen, the greatest thing about pugs, I will argue this
Okay.
till I'm blue in the face.
I've never met a pug apologist before.
I am an unapologetic pug apologist. I tell you what, I wanted a pug since I was very...
I thought that was sparkling wordplay.
Thank you very much. I have wanted a pug since I was very young. I grew up with a sausage dog, 14 years, and then the next dog I wanted was a pug. I wanted to call it Morris. I had it all planned out. And then I moved to New York. And the thing is, my apartment building won't let us have a dog. The apartment below us, dog walker. They have 14 dogs in the apartment at all times.
That's right.
Yet we can't have a dog. And I wanted a pug. And people were saying, oh, they're like the Cavalier King Charles Spaniels. They've got the weird soft palate problem where they snore and they have heart problems because they can't breathe. And I was like, I don't care. And nor do they. See, this is the thing about pugs. They don't know they look like someone hit their face with a shovel. They have no idea of the ideals of beauty. They can't know. They have no
You
context.
go up to the park and you see other dogs. You turn on a television.
I tell you what, I go to the park, the Tompkins Square Park with Soph every weekend. We watch the little dog section, not the big dog section. They can get fucked. The little dog section, and we watch them all figure out who's the alpha and all that sort of stuff. The pugs don't care. The pugs don't care. They do their own thing. They strut.
No,
they do their own thing.
See, this is where you're wrong.
They're not
You are
fucked.
mistaking them doing their own thing as an independent spirit. They've ostracized.
No.
That's why they're doing their own thing. All the other dogs are like, oh, nice face, mate. Fuck off.
Nah, they DGIF, mate. They love it. They love life.
You'd want
Pugs
a pug.
are not fugged.
Sausage dog and a pug. The
Yeah,
two
man.
genetically modified, constantly in pain animals for our pleasure.
I think French bulldogs are up there.
They're a part of the. They're on the podium.
Yeah. I actually have a French bulldog cartoon for you this week.
Let's get into it.
All
right.
And now it's apropos of that.
I do sound hungover, by the way.
You do, and
this is my thing. When I'm hungover, I deny it.
Of course you do. Yeah.
And generally speaking, I will dress up. Like if I've got to go into the office, I will certainly put on a collared shirt, pair of leather shoes
to distract.
To
from the
make
fact.
me feel like no. Someone who's got their life together dresses like this.
Yeah, that's not someone who's been out until 1 in the morning the night
Until
before.
1 in the morning?
Yeah.
That's not someone popping Barocca at 10 a.m. on the way to the office on a Wednesday.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I left you at the pub. I don't know if we want to talk about it, but I left you at the pub and you were already 3 sheets to the wind.
We've had a couple. Well, it's what happens whenever I get together with our mate Al. He's just
Old mate Al.
Old mate Al.
Yeah, you got Al'd.
Well, we did, but
Yeah.
I think we kind of come to the conclusion that we're both enablers. We're
Yeah,
bad. We're like
right.
Sid and Nancy. We're not good for each other.
You're
But-
a self-sustaining vortex.
But it's good fun.
It is good fun. You guys are a great hang, actually. And you start to solve problems when you're drunk.
A lot of problems.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of which, the show came out. The show,
I
Doodle Wars,
meant to
came out.
ask you.
And did you watch it yet?
I've not seen it.
Okay.
No.
Spoiler alert, I lose.
You lose.
So, yeah,
Did they
a
make
lot
you
of
out
fun.
to be the villain?
A little bit. Well, certainly not the winner, put it that way. But not that I genuinely thought they were going to cut it to make me look like a Real Housewife of New Jersey. And be like,
Yeah, right.
Oh, that bitch, she can't fucking drop out. No, I
Yeah,
never said that.
because you said that a lot.
But I feel like they could have cut it together like they did with Smithers.
Like
You're
hard-
very good at turning me on.
Yeah.
Like just going, oh, she can't draw. Like
Yeah,
just
yeah,
something.
yeah.
It's cut together. But no, it was really fun. It was a long shoot day. It was like a 13, 14-hour shoot day and started at like 4 in the morning. So it's amazing I could form sentences on camera, let alone, draw. But
Right.
you'll notice one of the jokes, well, the joke that I ended up using was one that we came up with that I pitched on this very pod.
Oh, really?
I think on maybe episode 2 or 3, yeah.
Right.
Chad the IPA guy. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good joke. Yeah.
So take a look on the old. If you just go to my Instagram, there's a link in the bio. You can go watch it there.
Yeah.
All right, let's solve this
Okay,
problem.
I want to hear your French bulldog joke.
Now, I don't know if this is publishable in the New Yorker. Controversial.
Is it because of the Pickering style enormous penis you put on the dog?
I think you'll find it's a strip-on. So it may sell to Mad if New Yorker don't go for it. I do want to put it in the batch though and see what Emma says. It's a French bulldog.
Yep.
And he's doing that pose they do, you know, when they're on the sidewalk and they're pushing one out.
Sure.
Okay. And he's looking completely startled and he's staring at us. He's facing the camera.
Yeah.
There's a younger female dog in the background, right? Just a little bit further down the footpath.
Yeah.
Let's put a bow in her head just so you
there
know
you
it's a
go.
girl.
Yeah.
She's saying, Dennis, is that you? That's you know when you bump into a friend on the New York sidewalk
and
you're
they're
like,
rarely
"Oh."
shitting.
Rarely, well,
rarely.
my friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those moments where it's like you're like, oh God, I really didn't want to see her.
I like that.
I
think it's mad. I can see it mad, like all
mad.
coloured and
Yeah. I think
you know those eyes.
Yeah, it's all about the eyes. Because when I pictured it, it was from a sketch I did from like a while back of that dog because that pose is hilarious that they do. It's just
spend a lot of time drawing dogs shitting for your own.
Every time I walk past a dog shitting,
the only way I can get hard anymore.
You guys are gonna love this. This is me being romantic with my wife.
What a life this woman has.
She has to live with me.
What a great
look,
life.
it's you.
Wow. All right, now hurry up. We're getting on a bus to Atlantic City. We don't have time to.
Oh.
We don't have time to sit around watching dogs shit all day. We got places to be.
Speaking of being romantic, I told her that I was taking her away on a romantic weekend to a casino resort.
Oh, great! You got a gig?
It's free.
There you go.
I got a gig
You
at a
got a
casino. All expenses paid. Room.
I want to go to this.
Food.
I could see myself at a.
Yeah, it's in Pennsylvania in the Poconos.
Wow.
I said, honey, pack your bags.
Pack your bags.
We're going to the Poconos. She
That's
doesn't know it's
great.
free.
Your whole life. This is every romantic thing you do with her.
Yeah.
Is the stuff that a guy who's having an affair and doesn't want to get caught does. You're always kind of strange.
Flowers on a Tuesday?
Yeah, like the odds of bumping into co-workers. Oh, I know, the Poconos. No one will be at Foxwoods.
Oh, man. Okay, so what have you got this week? Let's go back
Have
and
you ever
forth
seen
one for one.
someone that's clearly having an affair?
Well, they're cheating but
you know, like you can pick. You're like, oh, there's something.
I can't pick it. I'm not that observant. I don't think I'd be able to see. I mean, if it's a guy looking around, sort of, you know, very like, you know, sweating and wondering if he's going to get
Isn't
seen.
that guy great on a date?
Yeah.
The constantly looking at the door guy. You're expecting someone. Shh.
The mob is coming. Yeah.
Eat your nuggets.
Eat your nuggets. I've said that a few times on a date. I'll tell you that much. All right. Yeah. What have you got this week?
One's
Let's
quite
go one for
a
one.
Jason kind of a joke, I think.
I like it already.
Closing time at a yoga center.
Got it. Last call.
And the caption is, you don't have to try to achieve total enlightenment at home, but you can't try to achieve total enlightenment here. It's wordy.
It's very wordy,
Has
but
it
we
been
can.
done?
No, I don't think so.
Or a cult? Maybe it's a cult closing its doors, like the.
You don't have to shavasana at home, but you can't shavasana
here. Yeah.
If we can shorten the thing.
Well, the thing is, I kind of had the idea of like, well, let's make it deliberately long to be stupid.
Yeah.
That kind of repetition's always appealed to me.
Well, then maybe it's not a yoga studio. Maybe it's a meditation retreat.
Meditation, something like
Closing
that. Someone
time.
with a. I like the idea of someone being really looking kind of serene almost in the robes.
Right.
But them saying something so blunt.
Is it last call? So they
it's like the last.
It's a meditation retreat, and it's a guy hitting a gong, going last call.
Yeah.
You know, and it says like closing 6 p.m. You know, and the clock's 5:50. There's a lot of.
It's a lot. Yeah, maybe it's
parts
not
to
even
this.
much of an idea.
But I do like the you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. There is something there if we transplant that onto something else.
There's something in that. Yeah,
Yeah,
something around there. It's just circling an idea.
Definitely something in that. Is there something in this? It's a girl talking to a friend who's putting a photo in an envelope and near a mailbox. And the other girlfriend is going, "Oh my God, don't post that."
I like it, but they don't use the word, they don't really use, you don't post a letter here. You kind of send, didn't we have this issue with posting?
Post?
Yeah, like
people
the
post. It's a post office.
It's the post office.
You post a letter. Did they say mail a letter here?
I think they mail a letter.
I got a text from my sister saying, I'm going to lose a bet, I know, but I'm having an argument with a, she said a yank. She said...
Is that offensive?
I don't know if it is. Is it? If it is, I don't care.
Here's the thing. When you're the world superpower, it's hard to be racist against you. That's why you can say anything about the English.
Yeah. What does it say? Read it. So this is the text from
This
my
is
sister.
the text from Jody. Is the word fortnight a thing in the US, having an argument with an annoying mate? To which you've replied, "Afraid not. They don't use it at all." To which she's responded, angry face emoji ends this missive, but fuck, I hate losing. That's great.
Yeah, but she goes for Carlton, so she must love it.
Yeah.
Anyway, the other thing with this post versus mail, I don't know where to get the definitive, because in Google you can put in post versus mail usage and it comes up with a line graph in how often each has been used. But I still don't know if that's this is why we need editors.
It's not a really good indicator.
It's not, no. Where was your brain going with it?
I think it's not, it's, I can't believe you're posting that.
Well,
That kind of, you're so bad.
Right. So whenever, the reason is because I've been noticing it more and more out at bars and clubs and stuff, like if I'm gigging, too old to just go there for drinking, is girls taking photos, a lot of selfies with a group, and one of them inevitably saying, "Oh my God, don't post that." They will have taken a photo of them and go, "Oh my God, don't post that. I look like dog shit." There's a theme running through this episode. Yeah, they just say, "Oh my God, don't post that." OMG, don't post that.
Don't post that. The thing that I kind of, just to get a bit tangential, is...
That's the show.
The idea of... And this is a thing that people do all the time, I find.
Yeah.
They will post a photo. It's Jason's birthday.
Yeah.
I'm going to put up a picture of me and Jason. And you look terrible, but I look amazing.
Yeah, that's a thing for sure.
There's something in that idea of...
a birthday, it's just another year round when people post terrible photos of you with them.
Pretty much.
Great photos of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's something in that for sure.
Just made me think of things that people put up. What about a guy getting arrested by the police? Like he's a flasher.
Okay.
Like, you know, the classic overcoat kind of
it.
in the park kind of a guy.
Yeah.
I wasn't flashing. It was a gender reveal.
You are terrible, Muriel. That's great. That's a John Callahan cartoon if he was still alive.
It's kind of a weird joke. Yeah,
That's funny. That's a gender reveal.
Because
Who would be murdered for that?
That's been one of the kind of... You know, they always do words of the year. I think gender reveal for the last kind of 5 years has kind of been bubbling away.
Yeah, I think Triggered was last year's, wasn't it?
Triggered would be,
Yeah. All right, what else you got?
What else have I got? This one I've got kind of high hopes for. A woman looking really happy and positive, like just she's got her shit together walking down the street. And then behind her there's two other women kind of who are noticing kind of why she's glowing. Okay. And one says to the other, she just left a group chat. Is there anything more satisfying than that?
Oh my God. I delete them immediately. I don't even engage in them anymore.
I once left a group chat.
Yeah.
And people from the group chat complimented me on my bravery on the side.
Yeah.
They went, "Oh, I wish I could have done that."
Yeah.
Like that was so, because what it was going to be was 60 messages of people saying they can't do 7:30.
Yeah. That's what that is. There's got to be a better way. This is
the way I think it should be.
Yeah.
We're having dinner. It's here. Can you come? I can't come. I can't come on this time.
Have a poll.
Oh no, well then you can't come.
You can poll. You can just poll.
We're doing dinner now.
Is there a poll? How many people have you can make? Just make it a yes/no question, like on Instagram.
Not a bad app.
Yeah, that's not a bad app.
Herding cats, you'd call it.
Yeah, surely it exists.
Well,
if not, it does now after this pod goes out.
It does now,
yeah. I was on one after a show. Every time a show is booked with a whole bunch of comics on it and I'm emceeing and everything, there's always like a big long, and it's the booker just going, please be here at this time, your call time's this, here's the order. You know,
hey, can I go second? That's
there's a lot of that. The G train's down. I'm going to be late. We're all getting the text that the booker should just be getting, and I immediately jump off them or just mute. And my nickname in the comedy circles is Jason Chatfield has left the conversation. That's I leave fucking immediately. I hate it. Group chats. I feel like there's been a few. There was a great shout that I read, and I wish I could tell you who did it, but it was about a bunch of girls organising a bachelorette party and trying to organise gifts and the whole weekend. And it was so pitch perfect. I showed Sophie and she had an anxiety attack. She said it was so on point. If you Google New Yorker Daily Shouts bachelorette party, it's the text thread and it's so funny. It's perfect. Now, I heard a story this week, and I don't know, did you catch up with the news this morning? The lawyers cooperating with the Mueller investigation.
Oh, yeah.
So that he doesn't get thrown under the bus by Trump. So
right.
And he went to a steakhouse
very
close
back,
to the
or?
fuck off. Near the White House, and was having this sort of power lunchy kind of thing with another lawyer, Trump's lawyer this is, and very loudly talking about the case. And about corroborating with the investigation and cooperating, and there was a New York Times journalist sitting very close by, but it was almost conspicuously loud. So he's like, "Oh, I definitely want them to hear this."
Yeah, and the New York Times journalist had a hat with press.
Yeah.
A little press card in it. Yeah, there's a scoop.
Like,
see?
Yeah, there's like an endless amount of different scenarios where I'm thinking of like a daily for this, but like
if that was in a movie, you'd go, oh, yeah, that's how the story broke.
Yeah,
cool.
right.
Good on you guys.
But so I'm just thinking of like, but then the waiter coming over and, even hinting at something even close, after speaking very loudly, hinting at something. Oh, the orange pudding? No, I'm afraid I can't breach client-attorney privilege. That's orange pudding is the president.
Yeah.
Something even remotely related to Trump. And they're like, no, I'm sorry, I can't comment on that. Like he shut us up.
That's an interesting idea of...
Yet he's been blabbing loudly the rest of the time.
Yeah, but I like that idea of that I can't comment. Like, I can't recall at this time is always the classic in those kinds of court cases. I mean, not that it applies here, but to have that...
We did that with Facebook, yeah.
Is everything all right? I can't comment at this time.
Right.
That kind of reaction.
Lawyer jargon in every day. It's a trope. I mean, it does get done a lot, but then at the same time, at the moment, with the Manafort trial and with this Mueller investigation, everyone's learning legal jargon again. Everyone, it's like, Reagan all over again.
I'm
OJ.
such a bandit for that, like...
For using
I get sucked into that badly.
Yeah, me too.
After watching like
OJ, People versus OJ,
or just Law and Order or whatever it is, and I find myself
Suits.
Really, I've never watched Suits.
There's jargon that you learn in, so it's a very like white noise, have it on in the background kind of show.
It's the kind of thing I mentioned Shane Warne likes.
Oh.
Like that he'd be like, oh man, that guy's so cool.
Right. He got very popular after Meghan Markle became the princess of whatever.
What is she the princess
She
of?
was on Suits. She's, I guess, Sussex?
Suffolk?
The princess of Sussex? Princess of... I don't know.
Di was Windsor?
Yeah, she's the princess of something. The Princess of Suits.
She was the Princess of Hearts.
Yeah, okay.
Queen of Hearts.
What sort of dish would Trump most represent? The coq l'orange. That's what about what would be like? What would trigger the lawyer to go? No, I'm not talking about him. Something orange, or the fat, the fat encrusted lard tub of lard. Just now, I'm just being silly. I actually posted an illustration that I did of the truth behind the rumors that Trump's tweets are just the fact, a result of the fact that his brain's being controlled by a feral squirrel.
Oh yeah, I saw
Into
that.
the-
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
been-
yeah,
the
yeah.
tote
The
bags have been-
controls. Yeah.
the tote bags have been flying off the shelves. You can get them on the store. It's crazy. People love them, and mugs too.
The so the joke is the lawyer is saying I can't speak about
Yeah, I'm
this
not
right now
allowed to
to the
breach
waiter.
client-attorney privilege. That would breach a client-attorney privilege.
I mean, coq l'orange is pretty funny. It's so crude
It's
though.
so dumb. Coq l'orange. It's my favorite dish is duck l'orange. So I was
Duck
thinking of-
l'orange, yeah.
is
Coq l'orange is like, yeah. I'm trying to think. I do like that.
something that reminds him of Trump. I'm like, no, I can't breach a client. At this time, I can't comment on the ongoing investigation. Do you remember when the president used to say I can't comment on this as there is an ongoing investigation? He doesn't give a shit. He will muddy any investigation that's currently ongoing by just bleating on the toilet. He will tweet out whatever he wants to do to misdirect any investigation. Doesn't matter whether it's sitting or not.
What have I got?
So, what do you got?
Oh, this one. I think you like this one. Desert Island cartoon.
Okay.
Guy on a computer.
Yep.
Saying to someone, "Ugh, we're out of these guys' delivery area too." We're out of the delivery area. They're trying to order seamless. We're out of
That's
these
not
guys.
terrible. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Yeah.
I like these guys too.
These guys
they're
too,
Just, That's all. It's the only idea he's had is I'll
Yeah.
get some food delivered, then we'll make a decision. Then we'll get
That's
out of
funny.
here.
Yeah, all right. I love that. I'll draw that up. That's funny.
This
I love
a doctor saying to a patient, "Have you tried complaining?"
Oh,
Did we do that?
no. I think I've seen it.
Oh, we've seen that joke.
Yeah. You know
I used
what?
to do that in stand-up.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, crap. God, I can't remember who it was. I do remember, have you tried complaining about it? It's like an old, I'm sorry to say, it's like one of those old New Yorker cartoons from like the 60s,
Oh,
70s.
right. Oh,
you know,
that's
those
interesting.
collections that
Yeah,
you get?
yeah. Oh, that's very interesting.
Something like that. Yeah, have you tried complaining to everyone about it? I
We-
think that was the joke, yeah.
We did this joke about a podcast. We were so worried we've been waiting for a podcast.
yeah,
I had this idea as well around the same time, which was a magistrate saying, given the podcastable nature of this
That's
crime.
right. Yeah.
Did we talk about that?
We did. You threw it in at the end, and we didn't really get to explore
right.
it.
Wrong list.
But given the podcastable nature of this,
Something about that.
something about the podcastable nature of and when I did last week, I did pitch the your mother and I were so worried we almost started a podcast.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
a girl coming in late at night. When I pitched it, she said, "We're at peak podcast jokes right now."
Right.
So it'd have to be a really good one.
2018.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's all anyone is talking about. But I feel like she said it would need to be a really good one to get through because everyone's pitching podcast jokes.
What about this? Someone saying to a friend that's kind of upset, I
Yeah.
wasn't gossiping, I was signal boosting your affair.
Oh my god, that's good.
That's not bad.
Where have you been hiding that one?
I don't know.
It's just sitting in a
I
folder
don't know why I didn't
somewhere.
bring it up with the affair conversation
That's really funny.
we were having. Yeah.
I'll just cut and paste it in, shall I?
This
Okay. That's great.
This one,
That's
I
a really
think
solid joke.
is you doing. You know the wanted poster with like 4 people.
Yeah.
I was thinking if it was 4 people, like a clown, a pirate, a zombie, and maybe like a sailor or something.
Okay.
And it was like a Halloween crime wave. Like it looks like, because I was looking at
The
something.
Halloween bandits?
Something, I don't know, like I think I don't know what the joke is, but I do like the idea of like, this is all we've got. It's a pirate. And it's like that they committed a crime on Halloween or...
Wanted, potentially offensive stereotypes.
Oh, that's not
You know those
bad.
Halloween costumes at the colleges that were getting people upset, like dressing like Pocahontas and all this sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Cowboys and Indians parties, stuff
Yes, yeah.
like that. Wanted, offensive Halloween costumes.
There's
Potentially upsetting Halloween costumes.
There's always
Stereotypes.
something funny about a toga.
Yeah. Do people have toga parties anymore?
I'm sure they do.
Really? In this day and age of
There's still chapters of the Ku Klux Klan. I mean, I'm
Well,
sure
yeah, but it's a different kind of toga
different
party.
toga, yeah.
It's an all-over toga. I saw a Black Klansman, by the
Oh,
way.
it's good?
It's really good.
Everyone really likes it. Oh, you were
Yeah.
saying there's a bit of a twist in it.
I don't want to spoil it. It does take a turn, but I won't ruin it. The New Yorker did write it up really well, and I would concur with every aspect of the way they
All right,
actually...
mate. Don't suck up.
No, it was actually a very good review. And it was I couldn't quite articulate it, and then I read it. I was like, that's exactly what I think.
I want to do something with a toga kind of...
Yeah, toga party. I wonder if it's something toga party. You know what I mean? Like yoga toga party, or like a something using something as a sheet instead of a bed sheet. Something toga party. You know what I mean? Like hemp, not hemp, like a...
Oh, I understand,
You know
like
what I
a
mean?
flannelette or whatever.
Something
yeah.
flannelette toga party in Bendigo.
Yeah.
In the South or something. You know what I mean? Like there was like flannelette. It's a Oklahoma toga party.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like something
yeah.
toga party.
Yeah.
Something really
All right, yeah, let's
silly.
keep that. Yeah, let's keep that bubbling away.
Something really
Because there is,
silly.
it is one of those things when you see it, you know it straight away. You
It's
know
already
who's
a tribe.
there. You know the.
Yeah. Even the olive leaves around the ears
Yeah,
for
yeah,
whatever
yeah,
that
yeah.
is. It's an old Greek
Yeah,
thing.
the garland.
Yeah. Is that what it's called? A garland?
No, a garland is given to.
Or is it a wreath? No,
A
it's not a
wreath.
wreath. Is it a
Oh, too
wreath?
soon. Miss you, baby.
Is it a wreath? We thank you to everyone. I don't want to get back to Toga Party maybe next week. I want to marinate on it for a week. I'm going to pitch you 10 Toga Party jokes by this time next week.
Oh, fantastic.
And we'll go through them on the pod next week.
Okay.
And we'll pitch the best one.
Can I say?
Yeah.
Let's limit us. Let's come with 10 toga jokes each.
Okay.
No more than 2 puns.
No
so you
more
can't
than
have
2
You can't have
puns.
Toga Studio.
Yeah,
And
okay.
variations on that.
That's a good one. Okay, all right. And also, if anyone feel free to chip in your suggestions as well. But I'm going to come up with 10.
I can see us in 3 years' time doing nothing but toga-related material and being like, it just slipped into a toga podcast so quickly.
This
and
podcast
it's
is
like
gonna be
toga
called
tips.
The Toga Boys. Oh my god.
There'd be so many disappoint. Oh, I thought it'd be a sex thing. Like, it's just
The
us going,
Toga
"Yeah."
The Toga Boys on XFM. All right, so we've had a ton of suggestions.
Oh, great. Thank you very much.
And thank you to everyone. We are still having a live pod. We're postponing it sort of to more towards the end of the year. I think we're initially talking about having it very soon, but just so you guys know, we are still having it.
I think we were talking about it. I don't think we told anyone else.
No, well,
and
we
as a
told the pod.
result,
We've been saying it on the pod for a couple
Oh,
of weeks.
yeah. A laurel.
A laurel.
Laurel.
Thank you. It's
Yeah.
called a laurel. The
Is that the
leaves
same laurel
olive.
one rests on?
Oh, do you rest on your laurels? This is turning into Tuesdays with Stories. What, Laurel? Hey, we're going to rest on your laurels, Laurel and Hardy. Do you rest on your laurels? Is that... do you get a laurel if you've achieved something in the Senate in Greece or something?
Oh, and as
And
a
then you
result, you're
rest
just
on your
resting on
laurels 'cause
it
you've
because
already
you've
got
already
them.
achieved. Yeah.
Is that maybe what that is? That's interesting.
Maybe, yeah.
I never think, yeah.
It's a Greek thing, I think.
Yeah, it's all Greek to me. Now, I do want to thank everyone for sending the suggestions. We get so many every week. So if we don't read yours out this week, stay tuned because we will read them out.
No,
in a
we've got
later
no.
episode.
See, that's promoting laziness. If we don't read yours out, we're very disappointed. Your suggestion was not up to the rigorous high standards
of us not reading them before
gender
we...
reveal and toga studio.
Yeah. Remember, we really don't read these before, so it's
we
very
don't.
odd.
Yeah.
Oh, there was an Action Bronson update that
was there?
someone sent. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
we
was-
haven't had an Action Bronson update.
I think
for
did
a
he
while.
shave his head or something? Is it?
That's right.
changed
He got
his look.
arrested.
He got arrested.
He got arrested for smoking weed
Oh.
at a
Toga party.
toga party.
was
No,
it?
it was
Something-
it was in some. It was like a tourist destination, like
Yeah.
a mountain or something.
On a mountain?
On a-
Action Bronson got arrested for
Yeah.
smoking weed on a mountain.
Not on a mountain. Well,
This is a
let's go
dream
with
you
that.
had.
Yeah,
This
let's
is
go with that.
This is another fever
But
dream
the
you
people
had.
were like, no, you can't smoke weed here, particularly on this mountain.
And someone sent it to me as a little update and said, there isn't something in this.
It's a shame.
Yeah, it's a shame. He also said, on the alternative interrogation techniques idea that we were discussing in episode 8, we were talking about alternative interrogation techniques and something just like telling someone their like your boring dream, as in a guy tied to a chair going, it was a dolphin, but it was my mum, but it was a dolphin, but I knew it was my mum. You know, or let me explain to you the dream I had last night. I think that was... So anyway, he goes, what if the interrogator, this is great, what if the interrogator is trying to pitch a timeshare or some other pyramid scheme?
Oh,
that's pretty excruciating too.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, and he goes, as an added bonus, also the interrogator must be sitting on the other side of the table with the chair backwards. Cool teacher style.
Cool teacher style, yeah. Cool teacher. Cool teacher just saying, and for $0 down.
I think that might have been from I'm Rick James Bitch, a previous suggester. Thank you very much, I'm Rick James Bitch. Love, he said any incorporation of backwards chair is a winner for me.
Yeah, I'm very much with Rick James Bitch on this. I think we share a very similar sense of humor. It's just there's just something about those little character traits that when you see them, you know that person for like if you're in a Levi's and someone's holding up a pair of cords and just going, hey, do you have these in a boot cut? You're like, I know everything about you. Every single thing.
That's
I know
funny. I love that. Do you have this in a boot cut?
You know those kind of moments?
I know exactly what you mean. That's so funny. All right, so we've got some other ones we'll crack on. There was actually a really great one. Well,
Oh, take that, Rick James Bitch. Yeah. That was a bit of a slam.
Actually, Sophie had an odd one. It's not so much a suggestion as is there something
as a cry for help.
Because we've been trying to taper off on the booze lately.
How's that been going?
Not great.
I've been going harder.
Yeah, me too. It's that as soon as you try and stop, you
feel like you're missing something.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? But you're not.
You're not, but there's something.
You are.
Yeah.
You're missing booze.
So she tried to.
Do you smoke more weed when you
go off? I don't know. I think I just.
You're not a big weed smoker.
No,
though.
but I eat. I think I eat more when I'm trying not to drink. Just filled with
right.
bad food, crappy.
Yeah.
She was out at a gig, and usually she gets a few free glasses of wine at her gigs.
Sure.
And she was like, I'm just going to try not to tonight. And then she goes, I can't do it. She goes, I drink to survive my sobriety.
That's a great...
So silly. Just like a woman with a martini glass. I drink to survive my sobriety. It's the only thing that I get through, only thing that gets me through my sobriety.
That's funny.
I drink to...
we should come back to that. Yeah.
I drink to forget my sobriety.
Can we have the person in a toga? That's one toga idea for me.
There we go. And we're off. Okay. I want to find one that we haven't had like a first-time suggester. I want something because we have a lot of repeat offenders, and thank you, and please don't stop sending them in. However, I do want people all get a go. So,
do you ever go swimming? Do you ever go swimming?
Not really.
Swimming laps?
Not really. Do you?
No, I live right near a pool.
Yeah.
But I never go to it because I read a thing. There's like gallons of urine in them.
Of course,
it's a public pool.
Yeah, it's 9/10 piss.
And you see the 9/10.
Yeah, mate.
Nah.
Yeah, come on.
It's not 9/10. Even if
mostly piss.
Even if your urine was 9/10 urine, they'd want to send you to a doctor. Sting your eyes. You wouldn't open your eyes underwater if it was 9/10 urine.
All right, here's one from Pat. Anna Melting. At Anna Melting. Hi there again, Chatto and Dools. Still loving the pod. I want to take a stab at the praying mantis again. They just won't let it go.
This is our Everest.
But
we've lost a lot of Sherpas up that hill.
We sure have. My God. You've been arrested on that mountain. I want to take a stab at the praying mantis pitch. It could be two praying mantises, one with a half-eaten face. Caption reads, we're going steady. That's
or someone like, I see things are pretty serious with you and Deborah. Like he's kind of half-eaten.
Yeah. Right. Oh, so things are getting pretty serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're just going to keep doing these until they buy one.
It's like
There's been so many praying mantis cartoons in the New Yorker. It's amazing. I love them though. They're all funny. They're never not funny.
Like teenage boy praying manti.
Yeah.
Saying like if you got to third base where like If you get to third base, I imagine you lose a leg.
That's the difference between human teenage boys, and praying mantis teenage boys. Human boys are trying to get head, and praying mantis trying to lose head.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, there's something.
That's silly.
I mean,
okay, enough of the praying mantises because we will do them all day if we have the opportunity.
we'll put them in a toga. We're going to put them all in togas.
This one's from. I want to give a shout out to Nell Sonic, who's given us one saying, "I know you guys can't bloody get enough of a talking animal gag."
There you go.
A group of hipster hermit crabs with.
Fuck. Go on.
Sold. A group of hipster hermit crabs with Modelo PBR and LaCroix cans as shells, all hanging out on the beach, and the caption reads, "I actually really like the new Arctic Monkeys album."
Oh, that's funny.
It's just hipster hermit crabs. You know they use anything as shells.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they find a shell.
What, hipsters or hermit crabs?
Hermit crabs.
Yeah.
You're a bit of a hermit crab.
I'm not really. I have my moments.
Yeah, because we've done a bunch of hermit crab gags, but we never quite sold one.
Is there something in existing hermit crabs in shells, like normal crabs?
Yeah.
And then someone comes with a LaCroix can.
Yeah.
And it's like gentrification. They're gentrifying their...
That's not bad. So everyone else has shells, and there's one...
And then there's one asshole with a LaCroix.
This neighborhood's really becoming gentrified.
Yeah.
Oh, here he comes.
Yeah, rents are going to go up.
Yeah, yeah. There goes the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. Maybe it's... No, that's it. Because it's a very New York thing. As soon as you start seeing,
What if it's like... You'll be seeing a lot more of these types with their L down, like when the L's shut down. You know how everyone's moving out of Williamsburg?
Yeah.
It's a real, like, New York joke.
That's maybe a rat, maybe a New York rat with something like a fancy thing, like more of a New York thing, because there's no hermit crabs in the East River, I wouldn't say.
Did I ever tell you about the time I liberated a crab into the Hudson River?
That is the episode title for this week. Did I ever tell you about the time I liberated a crab?
So me and the Hilltop Hoods
were
in...
How am I just hearing this story?
Well, I don't know. It's just one of those things.
Sure.
So we'd gone to the basketball to see the Knicks play. The boys were over... they were doing recording sessions with Red Bull.
Yep.
And so we went to the basketball, and Milk D from Audio 2 was at this bar... And our friend who kind of organised us our tickets was there. He's like, you should come to this bar, this really rough bar. You know those really rough bars like around the 30s, like on that like Penn Station side? Like
the
on
west, yes.
The west side?
It's kind of coming into Hell's Kitchen, yeah.
It's just hell. There's no kitchen. It's just hell.
Yeah.
And it was one of these bars like the Blarney Stone or something.
Yeah,
so we go in there and we'd all had a couple of drinks, I think. Like we'd been at the game and blah, blah, blah. So we go to this bar... And Pharaoh Monch was there, the rapper, because he'd worked with the Hoods.
You hang out with a lot of rappers.
We were hanging out with a lot of rappers. And so we're at this bar. And at this bar, they've got this... It's really like... It's just like the kind of place where if you're fucking around out the front, they throw you in. Like, it's just a shithole. And we're there having a few drinks, and it's like Irish themed and kind of weird.
Jamo shots.
A lot of Jamo, a lot of kind of just good times.
Yep.
And it's cold out. It's winter. It's basketball season, so it's snowing. It's fucking freezing.
Right.
So they've got a skill tester in this bar. And I look at the skill tester. There's something weird about that skill tester. It's full of water. And in there, there's crabs. No. And you can play for $1.
Hermit crabs.
And you can... No, crab
big crabs.
Eating crabs.
What? Like
and
a
what
Chinese
you do,
restaurant
like a Chinese restaurant.
Wow.
Exactly like that. Except you get the claw, and the claw goes out, and it picks up a crab.
Wow.
And then if you get it, it deposits it, and you're like, hey, I just caught a crab. And the kitchen's like, all right, we'll cook you the crab.
That is unbelievable.
So I go there, and... I win the crab.
Yeah.
And the guy from the kitchen comes out and like, fill water in a bag.
Yeah.
Give me the thing. I'm saving this crab's life.
Oh my God.
I'm doing it for this crab. And Pressure MC from the Hilltop.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought you meant pressure cooker is going to cook a crab. Yeah.
So P's like, this is a great idea. It was one of those things where I'll remember this really clearly. I was like, P, we've got to save this crab. He's like, yeah, we do. He was like right into it.
Yeah.
So when we're leaving, everyone's like, where are you guys going? We're like, I've got to save a crab. And everyone was so drunk, they're like, that's a completely reasonable thing for a person to say.
Not again, Scott.
So I go out and I hail a cab.
Yeah.
Put the crab in a cab. Crab, me, pressure, crab. And we go, and I just go, Hudson River. And the guy goes, where? And I'm like, I don't know, just the West Side Highway. Give me the West Side Highway. So we get there.
You can't get out of a cab on the West Side Highway.
Well, you can if you know a good place. You know the piers there. So
yeah.
We go there, and me and P have this like, okay, this is our crab, and we're saving it. So we throw the crab into the thing.
Did you take it out of the bag first?
Yeah, it was out of the bag. It wasn't a hit. It was a liberation. So I throw it in there.
Give it some cement shoes.
And I'm like, as this was all going through my head between where it throws off the pier before it hits the water is like, oh, this crab's going to die. It's too cold for a crab. I've just killed this crab. But the crab was going to die anyway. At least it's dying amongst like some other shit.
This story went from, did I ever tell you about the time I liberated
I liberated it. I didn't say I saved
liberated it from life.
Well,
I murdered a crab.
Well, I didn't murder the crab. But
I think you did.
The crab was going to get murdered anyway. I was just giving it a place. I was a hospice versus death row.
Funny.
You know, that was where I come in. So I throw it. All this stuff goes through my head. I've kind of, in this moment, kind of come to peace. And then all I hear is like this. It's ice. It's frozen.
No!
It's so cold. So the crab is
Crab
just
on ice.
stopped on the ice.
Did it just slide across sadly?
I couldn't
Just
bring
a
myself
leg-
to look.
A leg shattered and broken off.
And then you know what's really hard to do is get a taxi from the West Side Highway to get back to your terrible bar.
That's so funny.
And but it was good, yeah. Right to get the crab.
Okay, you've just given me a great idea for a cartoon.
Good.
It's okay. So you know how you usually have a couple of gangsters, Chicago style, with the spats, the collars, the hats.
Yeah.
And they're at the edge of a jetty, dead of night, putting cement shoes on some poor,
some stoolie,
some stoolies, some rat,
some no doubt,
some dog,
snitch,
some snitch. And here's what it is: it's a couple of gangster crabs with their hats. Walking, they've got a little jetty, but it's underwater, and there's a crab, and they've tied him to a balloon.
I think I've seen styrofoam shoes.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I thought it was
I
funny.
think I've seen. It is funny.
And then the tag would have been, "I promise, I'm not a snitch. Please don't do it. I'm not a snitch." Styrofoam shoes.
Yeah.
Ah, damn. I thought I was really creative and clever.
Is there something in the rat police department being incredibly successful because everyone squeals?
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's a rat.
Yeah.
That's great. I love that. What's the caption? It's like, so it's a couple of rats in an interrogation room, and it's the quickest interrogation in history. It's like, what makes you think he's going to squeal?
Yeah.
It's a rat.
Yeah. Don't worry, I got a feeling he's going to rat him out. He'll rat his partner
Let's
out.
not use the word rat. Let's imply it. It's like, no, I think we'll get a confession out of this one. And it's a rat in an interrogation room. Something tells me he's going to squeal.
Yeah.
And also, just a really silly one is a pig in an interrogation room. Something tells me he's going to squeal.
Yeah.
No, that's too literal.
That's a bit literal.
I prefer
like not using rat. Yeah.
Rat him out. Yeah, he's a rat.
That is a funny idea, isn't it?
But
the clearance rate is 100%.
Yeah.
Everyone
But
rats.
it's still the guy with the rolled up sleeves, the undone tie.
Leaning over the cigarette.
Just going.
The cup of coffee, the styrofoam cup. Yeah.
Or even just going, this is taking longer than I thought. Longer than I would have thought. Because the rat sitting there with his arms crossed is like, jeez, this is taking longer than I would have thought.
Yeah.
You surprised me.
I gotta know. How'd you know? Yeah, like.
Yeah, geez, I thought I could have broken you sooner.
I like that.
There's something there.
I think the caption needs to be something like.
Once again, as soon as I think of these, I think, well, it's been done better by Sam Gross.
Has it?
Or Ellis J. Rosen. No. I don't. My brain does that, and I want to be more positive and go, no, it's a good idea. But then I wonder if, because sometimes I'll pitch an idea to Emma, and in the batch each week, the cartoon editor, and she will say, it's been done. Unfortunately, the Truth Fairy, which we came up with last week.
Yeah.
She said, unfortunately, we already bought one that was the Truth Fairy, and it was the same thing, except she was talking about someone falling in love or losing a love of her life or something like that.
Right.
I was like, well, yeah, it's a good idea, though. That's the main thing. That's when we should come away positive, going, well, at least they bought it, so we're on the right track.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we were too late by about 20 years.
20 years too late.
Something like that. Story of my life. All right, last one.
Okay.
From Richard, and I'm not going to say his last name because I want to tell you where he's from. He's from Collingswood, New Jersey.
Oh, nice one.
There you go.
Nice one.
So Richard says, Jason, here's one for you. Cartoon gag. Court jester hanging on the dungeon wall.
Yeah.
The
classic Wizard
Wizard
of
of
Id
Id
style.
I love that it was already a trope 100 years before Wizard of Id, but we think of it as a Parker and Hart gag. Yeah. Okay, so on the way to the chopping block, caption, ooh, who knew the Queen's parents were really Jewish? Or something equally offensive. Thanks, Richard.
Oh.
There was my two favorite jester jokes. Oh, shit, he showed me. What does it say?
It's a Gary Larson joke with a fish with styrofoam shoes heading towards the surface.
Fucking Larson.
Embedded in styrofoam shoes, Carl is set to sleep with the humans.
It's actually not a very strong... I
don't think it needs a caption.
No. I was hoping to do a captionless cartoon of the jetty with crabs and with a balloon tied to the crab.
It's the same idea.
It's the same idea, but this one is quite a verbose.
It is, especially for Gary Larson.
Yeah. If the styrofoam is in the shape of cinder blocks, at least, is it?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pipped again by fucking Larson.
Gary Larson.
Ah.
So
I love his brain. Anyway, Court Jester. Two of my favorite Court Jester New Yorker cartoons. One of them is the Court Jester's just around the sort of corner from the throne room, saying to one of the advisors, he's saying, "Do I really need to say just kidding after everything I say?"
That's a great joke.
I love that joke.
Oh, what a joke!
Favorite one of all time.
That's wonderful.
Is by David Cypress.
Yeah.
And it's a jester being dragged away by the guards.
Yeah.
And a sullen-looking king having been offended, and he's going, please. He's saying, what about the writers? Nobody ever blames the writers.
That's good. I've seen that joke. That's very funny.
That sits on my writing desk.
Yeah, that's probably where I've seen it.
Yeah, so good.
I do like that idea. I must say that our man Richard's joke. I don't like that joke.
Yeah. But it's something.
The idea, but I think it's roughly that Cypress idea then, isn't it?
Yeah, I think maybe it's pretty much
because my one would be like, they warned me not to do crowd work.
Yeah.
Or something like, yeah.
That's a very comedy, but people are really becoming au fait with comedy vernacular.
Juiced in on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I didn't even get to do my closer. I'm never doing crowd work again. Oh, that's the last time I do crowd work.
Last time I do crowd work.
Literally,
well, that's it. Yeah.
That's the last time I do crowd work. Stick to the act. It's all sounding a bit hack as I say it out loud.
It is
I want to be positive
it's been done so much better. That exact joke, like the writers, getting dragged off, blah blah blah.
I know, but see, the court jesters at the moment, people always equate these late night talk show hosts as they're the court jesters selling truth to power, telling it how it is. But then it's pretty thin these days. Everyone's already made those same comments back in the 90s when John Stewart, The Daily Show. He was the court jester telling Bush how it is, It was just every
How did that work
for
out?
a while. Yeah, it didn't go well.
He was a 2-term president.
Yeah. Good work, John.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, say, court jester hanging in the dungeon wall. I don't know.
Something about the dungeon wall is...
Yeah. I love a dungeon wall cartoon, but maybe, it's like a diet, the dungeon wall diet. Like someone's thin. He's like, I've lost 20 pounds. He's like, he's there on his own volition. Like he's actually wanting to do it.
Yeah,
I've lost 20 pounds. How about you? This is great. Like Bikram yoga.
Yeah.
So Phil Valentine had a post the other day. He's just on the 2nd Avenue subway and he's just sweating, just absolutely coated in sweat, just Bikram subway.
Yeah.
I've heard everyone say Bikram subway this summer.
Yeah, yeah. What about the dungeon wall? And there is your traditional raggedy pants, very thin beard guy, and then next to him is like quite a well-to-do woman on a reformer machine. Like it looks very similar to me. Like
that's funny.
She's there.
Pilates.
She's there to work out.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. Like when you see those boot camps, it's like that was a punishment 30 years ago.
Now
that's what you do to scare kids straight.
Now
if they were on Donahue calling their mum a bitch, they'd be like, "All right, we're going to send you to a boot camp," and Ricky Lake would send them to march around, and they'd come back and be, "Yes, sir, no, sir, 3 bags full, sir."
Yeah.
But now it's something that costs $120.
Yeah, it's called Booty Boot Camp.
It's Booty Boot Camp, yeah.
Yeah. I hate replacing the sign gag now.
Oh, yeah.
Gets a bit tired.
Yeah.
But that's, you know.
Do we have a batch? What do we have?
We have a batch. We do have a batch, yeah.
I feel a bit weird.
Yeah, we've got great suggestions. Thank you for sending
Yeah,
them
thank you.
in. As always, you can send them to me on Instagram at Jason Chatfield, or you can email me jasonchatfieldcomedy@gmail.com. Stay tuned for details about the live pod. We will be having one of those. I'm going to Europe in September, so when I'm back, we're going to have one. It's going to be
in
great.
New York City.
New York City.
If you are in New York City, we're going to be in New York City.
Yeah.
Or if you're in Collinsworth, New Jersey.
Collinswood.
Collinswood.
How are they going, by the way?
The Pies.
Yeah.
Top 4.
Yeah.
Second chance.
That's not bad.
I've already said to Ashika, if we make the grand final,
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
You're out. Yeah,
I'm going to fly back.
We might be doing a pod from Melbourne, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
we
great.
might. And I'm not going to lie.
You're
prepared to sell this pod out like this.
Yes.
If you hear in 4 weeks' time,
Yeah.
Qantas is a proud sponsor of this. That's why.
We just do like an Audible ad for Qantas.
Yeah, do ads.
Great.
So I was wondering if we just start saying like, a little break from one of our would-be sponsors. A man has one choice in his life. To buy a Rolex or not to buy. If we just start doing ads for shit we want.
And it gets picked up.
That's
great.
Jason's like, it's Ferrari. It's a hell of a motor car.
A motor car?
Yeah.
Who's calling a motor car?
If we're doing live reads, we may as well go the full,
Be the merch you want to see in the world.
Yeah.
The other, you attract it. It's the secret. You just attract it into the universe. You put it out there and it'll come back.
I didn't say, but I don't remember saying to the universe, I want herpes, but here we are.
Chief sponsor, herpes.
Imagine just being sponsored by a disease.
Yeah.
I feel this is a conversation we could maybe have not on the podcast.
Yeah. Let's go and have a beer and talk about this
we'll
at
talk
a
about
pub.
this
All right.
weird show.
Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next week. Cheers.